Hello and welcome to the Daily Loop, the first one of the season. Right, let's get into it. I think with this one we got manager skills. We've prepped what we want to do. At our level, it's basically just 1,000 per point, so we did quite well. So we get 128,000 points, and then none other than that. If you're in higher divisions, you get extra ones. So this is kind of how we prep them. I think in particular, because we got the 16-year-old graduates, we picked these ones. In our squad we got a couple of 22-year-old players, so we picked them. The academy trial stuff we went for again. The scouting again, we talk about positions, learning a lot, so we got them. The contract extensions, we'll get one extra one. We're not too fussed on the whole, because we'll expect to improve our team over time or whatever, so four is plenty for now. We may get more in future seasons, but for now it's more important to get the better players, and then we'll worry about trying to get more or whatever. We could potentially, but again, like I said, I'm not too bothered. Like 3 generally is plenty anyway. If you for us, because we will. It'll be plenty for us anyway. So 4 is fine. And because that's in the end we were talking about. Well, do we want a contract extension versus just some skills that sort of. I don't know. I feel like we'd get promoted regardless, but I just decided to go for some skills that would just sort of reinforce that quite a bit. So we expect to generally be winning matches, so we didn't bother with the support, which is a good one if you expect close matches, but we expect to generally be winning. So we went for the conditioning to help a bit there, and then for the treatment as well. We'll have 3 of them, and then we can just pretty much every single time we get key players struck down and multiple at the same time or whatever, we can just bring everybody back each time. I imagine 3 of them over the course of a season should allow us to juggle those injuries pretty comfortably, to be honest. I would have thought. I mean, yeah, we'll still have issues and we'll still have some in some situations. I just mean, we got a bit of squad depth, so we can basically, again, we can just juggle it. We've got a couple injuries, sure, we'll just endure them. We've got a whole bunch, we'll use one. If we get couple key players at the same time, we'll use one. I think with 3 of them, I don't know. It obviously depends on stuff, but I feel like that's okay. So on the whole, that's why we went for what we went. The stuff we didn't really go for was just we don't really have a lot of players at these other ages that we intend to keep, so that's why we didn't get any of these other ones. The prevention, we just went the treatment approach because we don't mind getting injuries. We got some squad depth. We can juggle stuff around, keeps things interesting. We don't mind that conceptually. We're just more bothered about when multiple starting defenders, DCs or whatever, go at the same time, or we have no strikers or something. We're just more concerned about the 2 or 3 times, hopefully, that it just in the season that happens, and we can use our treatments for that. The investment, we just don't expect to have excess cash to carry over. We expect to spend it. We could have gone for these, but there are a couple players we're looking to sell because we made mistakes, but on the whole, we're just looking to buy players more than sell, so we're better off getting these other skills that help us buy, including this one to give us some extra cash. So yeah, so we've ended up with this, and the getting the 4 learning the positions, because we talk a lot about how valuable that is, so we've ended up going for that. So this is what we're going to go for. So that's done. First things what we can do, transfer bids we typically do first. We got 1. I think we've only got in our U squad, we've only got 2 keepers, so we can't sell him even if we wanted to at the moment. We'll check our scatter players. No, trialists first. That's what we said we'd do. So we got these letters and 6. So I think this guy, there's nothing here that we see that we'd want to keep him. Speed's coming up soon. He's looking pretty decent. We'll probably keep him. This guy, wait up. We'll probably keep him. The finishing is a ways away, but the speed is soon. Marking is next. We probably will keep him, but maybe not. This guy, I think, some high stuff, but 60 strength. But I think because the speed and the tackling just miles away, we won't bother. This guy, speed miles away, don't use right winger, won't bother. This guy, speed, tackling away, nothing that useful known yet. 2 marking, we just won't bother. This guy, next is movement, doesn't matter that much. Then flare, and then passing, probably won't bother with him either. So out of all of these, I think we're saying we're not going to really bother with anyone except maybe this striker, so we can be pretty aggressive swapping him out. This guy, I think, crossing next doesn't really matter. Then work rate matters a bit. Then flare, then vision. So it's sort of okay. His passing is a bit low for where we'd want, but we'll definitely swap him in for one of these other guys. If we don't have better, we don't use right wing back. Tackling and speed, some ways off. I think we'll just pass. This guy, passing is next, and then tackling. He's got really low long shots, but that doesn't matter at all for a DC. So his attributes are, we don't that bothered. It's more about his attributes that are revealed. This control and agility is fine. We're more worried about the ones that aren't revealed yet. So we get passing. We won't know the vision. It's not ideal on the whole, I think, just because we won't know the vision with the passing, we won't know the marking for ages, we won't know the speed for ages, we won't know the aerial ability for ages, we won't know key stuff for ages, but he's still probably better than these other guys, so if we don't find better. This guy, I think, just 1 parrying, 1 natural fitness, we'll just pass, and we don't really need a keeper as part of this batch. This guy, don't use left winger, speed some ways away, someone's dribbling and stuff, we'll probably pass. Don't use right winger. So just probably pass, even though it looks okay. I mean, there's 29 speed, it's not great, but it looks okay, we'll probably pass. This guy, he's got some decent stuff. Unfortunately, the work rate is low, which is important for us for the central midfielder, but again, we'll probably bring him in instead of one of these other ones. This guy, aerial ability good, natural, so he's pretty decent stuff. Yeah, we'll keep him instead of one of the other ones. Again, a lot of stuff far away, which is not ideal. This guy, really good vision, low control, decent composure, flair. Again, a lot of issues here, but we probably would still bring him in instead of one of these other guys. This guy, I think, just speed some ways off, decent, good aerial ability, 1 agility, finishing not great. We'll probably just pass on him as well. Again, we don't need a keeper, and he's pretty bad. Passing miles away, so we'll just we won't get him. Finishing miles away. And speed miles away, determination miles away, but we might bring him instead of one of these other ones, possibly, just because from what we do know, the crossing don't matter too much. Potentially the long shots is really good, the strength is really good, so they're 2 big attributes that matter, and the work rate, whatever. So I think maybe we'll bring him instead of one of the ones above. This guy, passing miles away, and the vision, so we probably will just pass and we won't get him. And then this guy, really low long shots and finishing don't matter for a DMC. The agility, again, maybe because he's got 56 marking, but I think the issue with him is just the stuff we do care about, passing, vision, tackling, it's all miles away, so probably just pass on him. And this guy, DC, good aerial ability, bad control, and so it's not great, to be honest, on the whole. There's nothing here that we're sort of that excited about, so I think it's just a case of start swapping. So let's swap this guy for this guy. This was the one we were okay to keep. This guy, we'll just swap him out for this guy, I think. And I think this guy for this guy. Again, we don't really need DC, so this isn't great either. We might bring this guy in, to be honest, instead of this guy. Is that right? Yeah. And then could bring, I think that one we just won't. His key stuff is just miles away. We find natural fitness and then dribbling, and then finishing. Maybe we could. I think we just pass on that guy. Pass on that guy. Not that guy. We could. I think that guy we could bring in before the others. Not that guy. not that guy. And probably we do find the marking out next, and he has got good aerial ability controller, so probably not that guy because we're just loaded with DC. So I think it's just really this striker, probably for this guy. I think, and then we're done. I'm not. There's basically none at all here that we're that excited about, to be honest, except maybe this guy. So it's not, you know, that big a deal, I think. But we still made. At least we still got some stuff where we can help. Like out of all of these, like it is totally possible that something may develop out of these. Right, going to. Okay, sorry about that. I just paused it for a sec to close the window because there's a bit of noise outside. Right, let's go through these scouter players. We'll do the search by position. There is a change here now that the 16, 17, and 18-year-old players don't have wages. Makes it a different sort of situation for us, like now, to be honest. So obviously it makes a difference not paying the wages, so it's something to just factor in now. Alright, this guy I think is just not good enough regardless. He's pretty cheap though. We could bring him in and sell the other keeper that we got the bid for. How much was that bid? 21k. I don't know if it's worth messing about versus just getting 5k less later and just being a little bit more patient about the keeper. I think in particular it's just not quite good enough. Yeah, I don't know how to feel about it, to be honest. I don't think it makes sense, so I think we'll just wait to try to find a better one. This guy I think just not good enough either. This guy I think we just pass. Really good, but again I think we're just trying to move off of. He's really good, but I think we're happy to stick with our other keeper. This guy's really good though. Really good technicals. But yeah, we'll stick with our other keeper. I think it's going to be hard to move off of him, I imagine. So we don't use left backs. This guy could be pretty decent otherwise, but whatever, don't use them. Don't use left backs. Right, central defenders, 23. I think just not quite there. Low passing, not great marking, bit slow, not great in the air. I think just not quite good enough. This guy, we don't really need DCs for our youth team at all. We're stacked there, so that applies to. This guy's a bit different because he could potentially be something in our senior team. Pretty good, but yeah, I'm not quite sure if he's quite good enough. That's the thing. I think in the end he has got good speed, decent aerial ability, whatever. I think in the end we're kind of comparing him to this guy who's 1 year younger. I don't know, this guy is slower, but I feel on the whole this guy might be. Well, he's younger, that's the thing. So I feel like what we need is. Is his training option up? No. 66. This guy's 62. Okay, so he probably could be better than the guy that we've got, but we don't really need him for our youth team. No, let's just look through the other DCs first before making a decision. Yeah, just not quite good enough tackling, not good enough tackling, too old. We'll come back and see if there's any other decisions to make. Don't use right back. Don't use right backs. Oh, he's pretty fast, but I don't think there's anything else much we could do with him. To be honest, the only thing really is make him box to box, but I just don't think he's quite good enough for that. Not good enough vision and whatever. So let's move on. I think just a bit old for us anyway. This guy's also a bit old. Don't use left wing back. A bit old. Too low tackling and too old. Too old. Not good enough. I think not quite good enough. Too low passing. Too low passing. I think just too bad. Yeah, too low tackling, I think. Too old. I don't know. I mean, it's pretty bad in lots of ways, but I think we'll pass on him as well. Just not quite there. Yeah, and we need players for our youth team, but I don't think we need a central midfielder. Yeah, we don't really need one, so I think we just wait for a little bit better than this. He's not miles off though for what we would take for no wages and for that type of 61k just to get any L1 in. We could check what training options are there, if any. Right, he has got some, so yeah, I just think the passing's not quite there. And then yeah, alright, let's just keep going. Don't use the left wing or right. I've got a bunch of some AMCs here, maybe there's something. So I think just too slow. It's not good enough. Not too low finishing. Alright, it's a bit disappointing. I think too slow for other stuff. I think too low passing and just too old at this point. Alright, so right, don't use right wingers. I think just don't want to pay 1.5 million basically. This guy just too old for us. Not quite. We got good strikers, so at this point it's hard to find upgrades. Yeah, alright, so I think there was just that DC. No, I'll just do my due diligence. I'll go to progression. We can check the tackling. Alright, so that's not... Well, went up 4, so it's not great there. We're not sure. We need his tackling to sort of... Whatever, let's just check the others. Alright, that's plateaued for 2 back-to-back seasons. That's not good. That leveled off. Oh, wait up. Yeah, that's not good. That's leveled off. Because that's this season. What am I talking about? So hold on, let's start again. There, it's this season. Alright. So the tackling went up, so that's okay. The marking did level off, and it's low. Which basically, at that low marking, he can only be the stopper roll. So at the stopper roll, all that really matters is the tackling and the speed to catch up. He might still get faster, a bit faster, but the tackling matters the most. So I don't know. He could make it. What was his? What did one of the options of tackling? No, it's not. It's not there yet. So I don't know. Could get him. if we get him, it's 250k wage or whatever, but it effectively allows us to say we can clear out Newman, we can clear out Martins if we get a bid, and then we're sort of just okay with our defenders. We may end up getting a better one though. I feel like, I don't know, to be honest. That's the thing, right? Like, maybe it's just worth a punt on this guy. Because the thing is it's like, he does have 75 tackling. That's pretty good. And he's not slow, he's fast enough to make the tackles. Like, I don't know. I feel like I think the thing is he does cost $1 million, which isn't ideal. You know what? I think this is almost like the perfect time to just do this bid placing for 450k, because we're in no rush to get him, and if we miss out we don't mind, and getting him for 450k less is matters basically. So I think we'll finally do this and see if we get him. Right, so I think that's the end of the daily loop. I'll probably at this point, I guess, we will build in the well, there is a separate thing to set, like, I don't know, we put the manager skills in with this. Probably we should have just set up our team or whatever, but I suppose it's just looking similar to the end of last season, so there's probably nothing too particular there. We did the season roundup, so I think that's fine. We can just do that off video. We'll set our team up the same. The big difference really is the youth squad. We might do a video. We'll do a video on that, setting up our youth team. Yeah, awesome. So we'll set it up and then we'll explain what we did, I think, rather than spending a lot of time working it out on video. So yeah, cheers, thanks for watching, and catch you for the next one.